The opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of CWC Entertainment Group LLC, its affiliates, or any employee thereof.
Yeah. I might make a wonder. Canary Diamond, welcome to the Vincent radio show. They do it big, y'all. Great music, laughs, and so much more. Hey, you can hear it, y'all.
Syndicated and award-winning and syndicated. This is the VTRS Myskenna radio show. It's my man Vincent Heartbreak Tucker.
Hey, it's your girl Myskenna, and I'm
Remon, you want to go next?
No, it's your turn, bro.
Did you miss me?
This is your boy Yellostar.
And what up? It's that young man, Remon.
Appreciate everyone rocking with us. Keenan, how you been?
I'm super califragilistic espialidocious.
Okay.
That's how I feel. That's how I am. Yeah.
Remon?
What up? Yes, sir.
You good?
I'm good.
Did I see a new trailer for Devil's Town?
No, it's another little teaser, man. We gonna be, in between dropping the trailer and dropping the actual project. We actually gonna be having we're gonna be introducing some of the characters. So, you know what I mean? So that way, by the time the actual project drops, Devil's Town is what we're talking about, the 4-part, mini-series that I'm working on. By the time that actually drops, you'll be well acquainted with some of the characters in it.
Does it, are all 4 parts dropping at the same time?
No. So we're going to be dropping the first chapter on June 8th, and then we're going to start filming the second chapter at the end of the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all need anybody to play a radio personality or something in this series.
You be the first person I call.
Yellowstar is available.
Vince,
Yellowstar, I'm negotiating for you, Yellowstar.
Oh, boy.
I said you're available.
And you know what? That is the best turn I've seen you make in a very long time. Because he saw the look in my face and I was like, this motherfucker.
I'm your agent. I'm negotiating.
Oh, okay.
This is America.
This is America.
Before we get this thing cracked off, I saw something very, confusing to me. Disturbing.
Okay.
For those that don't know, the show Catfish, it's been on since 2012.
Uh-huh.
It's been placed on hold due to some sexual misconduct allegations against Neve. But I that part hopefully get worked out. Hopefully it's not true. But that's not the part that is disturbing to me.
Okay.
What's disturbing to me is that this show's been on since 2012 and it is 2018. Why are there people still getting catfished in 2018?
That is actually a fair question.
Between Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook,
Right. Twitter,
Skype,
Because, apparently people haven't learned their lesson.
cell phones to take pictures or videos.
They haven't learned their lesson from the first 5 seasons of Catfish.
Maybe the person that they stealing pictures from or pretending to be, is easy to copy that person. It's easy to, be that person.
I hate when it's, cause I watch it, I hate when somebody from a small town, they just have no idea that.
The internet just got there.
Yeah. The World Wide Web is new to them.
Right.
They don't know how it works yet.
Hey, guess what we just got in Massachusetts?
Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak.
Just keep on lying. Damn.
Hello, guys. This is Charity E. I missed a little intro because I was a little late today. I was with Man. Wasn't with Man.
Are we supposed to congratulations?
I wasn't with. That's today. Somebody lying.
Right.
That's cold.
Is that why you're all smiling? We see all your teeth this morning.
No. Anyways, so let me give y'all a backstory on this somebody line.
I
have a really good friend, and she's kind of like is it like a serial dater, but she always has a boyfriend. Since I've known her, which is like my whole life.
Serial dater for sure.
I don't know if that's like a serial relationship. Like, she always has to have a boyfriend.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Like a serial monogamous.
Yeah. It's like she can't go without it.
Right.
So, recently, she was with this guy for like 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. So, a weekend came along. I mean, they started fighting and stuff, so they broke up. Apparently, a guy that she works with, he told her, you know, I've always been in love with you.
Wait a minute.
I really want to be with you. Like, gave her no options, pretty much, and was like, either we're going to be together or nothing's going to happen.
Wow, you ready to risk it all?
Right. But she had just broke up with her boyfriend.
That's a risk, Vincent. You're identifying risk. That's a risk.
Now you know what a risk is. So, I mean, she was like, okay, I guess I'll be with him. So they hook up within a week that, you know, she's been not with the old guy, but with, you know, the new guy. So she calls me one night. I want to say it was like 12:30. And she was like, Charity, I feel so bad. She's crying at this point. I was like, what do you mean? Like, first of all, what's going on? She was like, so we were hooking up and I accidentally said my ex-boyfriend's name.
Ooh.
But I wasn't thinking about him. I really wasn't. It just came out.
Yeah, it like, naturally came out.
Uh-oh. So I was like, wait a minute. Somebody lying. How you gonna say somebody's name and say you wasn't thinking about them?
How long they been together? How long
they were together like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it just happened? Like it was just right after?
It was a week in between.
They're only a week out the relationship. Yeah, I can see that.
So you think she really wasn't thinking about him or it accidentally came out?
No.
I want you to
about it. Right.
That's why it accidentally came out.
I want you to understand something right now. You're talking to people who have done this before. That's why they're defending it.
Uh-oh. So y'all have all done this?
No.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Ramon.
I know I have.
Ramon.
I have never said the wrong name.
Look me in my face right now and tell me that you've never ever said the.
I've never said the wrong name.
Ever.
Why
not even a mumble, not even a.
No.
Nickname?
Right. That's why I don't like.
That's what it is. Nickname. It's a nickname.
That's why I don't like men to call me baby. Like, no.
Why?
Because that's such a.
It's a cop out.
Could be anybody.
Exactly. So I'm not your baby. Like, there's no meaning behind baby. No. Well.
And he says that, you know, to everybody.
Exactly. So no.
Okay, I can see that. I can see the argument. Okay.
No.
So Vincent, this happened to you.
So is it fair to say I don't like women to call me daddy? Because that's.
I think that's weird in general.
Hold on. What just happened?
Wait, why don't you like women to call you daddy? What's the reasoning?
Same. There's no meaning behind it.
I think people who say they got daddy issues, honestly.
I heard that wrong.
No.
I think so. I would never call somebody like
that's what I'm
man
thinking.
I'm dating daddy.
Weird.
That's weird.
It is.
Now, Poppy, on another hand.
What?
They mean the
Especially if
same
y'all don't
thing.
have any kids together.
They mean the same thing.
That means
That
he
ain't
likes.
the point.
You know what he's getting at. Ain't no black person just about to call him Poppy.
I don't think though if a woman calls you daddy, it means she has daddy issues.
I think so. That's weird.
That is.
You're in bed and you're just screaming out daddy.
So does that mean Beyonce has daddy issues?
Oh, probably. I don't like Beyonce. Oh, she does have daddy issues, actually.
Michael.
What?
Matthew.
Oh,
Where is this going?
I forgot his name for a second.
we're all confused.
I was like, who's Michael knows?
Yeah.
That's one of Matthew's love children.
More than likely. Anyways, let me wrap this up.
Okay.
So, guys, pretty much, if you decide to hook up with somebody, just don't say nobody's name because it's obvious what your mind is on.
Yeah.
And it's not on the peen that's inside of you at the moment.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's this week in Somebody Line. It's Charity E.
Pretty sure that was a better way to say that. I just feel like that was, it was strong.
Strategic.
Strong
I like
was the
that.
wrong word. I shouldn't use strong.
Yeah.
You know what?
I loved it. High five.
Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan. God's plan.
Listen to my heart go
That's on Tommy Campbell's. We live like Sopranos, and I walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, walk it.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Have you checked out iHeartRadio's free playlist yet? Not only do we have one perfect for any moment, we also created playlists perfect for any decade. Flashback to the 80s, 90s, or stay right here in 2018. Plus, we're talking pop, rock, hip-hop, and we'll even break it down by the year. Hello, 1999. Yo, can I get a what? There are thousands of iHeartRadio playlists. Find the one perfect for you. Trust us, there's a free playlist for that. Try it now. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
What's up, DFW? Y'all gotta join us for Tiki's Shaved Ice. 1626 Morrill Avenue, Dallas, right down the street from Roosevelt. Tiki's Shaved Ice. Open daily at 1 p.m. with over 80 flavors of soft, fluffy shaved ice. Tiki Shaved Ice will also have all your favorites. They got the nachos, Frito pies, hot dogs, and more. Tiki Shaved Ice. 1626 Morrill Avenue in Dallas, and I'm gonna see y'all out there.
Syndicated, award-winning Syndicated. This is the VTRS Vincent Radio Show. Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker, Myskenna, Yellostar, and Remon. And another episode where we're having a conversation about keeping the same energy. Last week we had the issue with the Fabulous and the R. Kelly.
Did you ever go back and listen to that?
No, I meant to go back and listen to the segment. Last week was about, we had the listener who said that Remon and I did not have the same energy about Fabulous's alleged domestic violence situation in comparison to R. Kelly's, I guess, alleged
Nah, man.
sex cult.
He did that stuff.
Isn't it? It's a factual opinion. Man.
Yeah. I mean, let's take into consideration everything that we know about R. Kelly, right? And I'm not trying to judge him before he's been judged, but look, at this point, some of it's true.
Listen, in high school, I watched the tape. He did it.
Right. And don't get it too, like I've seen the tape too. There's so much that he would have to explain, and none of it is really defensible.
And he still hasn't explained marrying Aaliyah when she was 15 years old.
That 3-day annulment record still stands, buddy.
Right. So, I mean, we know he's doing some stuff.
So, now there's a women advocacy group that wants Spotify to have that same energy in relation to Chris Brown, Eminem, Red Hot Chili Peppers,
come on now,
Nelly, and others. I'm assuming Fabulous is in the in others part.
I'm guessing this is because there are allegations that are out about them now that they don't like.
Or, of course, in Chris Brown's case, he got
his old allegations.
Was he convicted? He had been convicted. He served community service and went to. Okay. So because of Chris Brown's conviction,
or like
Eminem's assaulting that bodyguard and threatening to kill his wife and
I think it was
mother.
I think it was the songs about him killing his mother and the mother of his children.
Nelly has that. He has a couple
been out for a long time.
Rape allegations in the past since I think October of last year. I don't really know anything about Red Hot Chili Peppers, so I don't know. I can't speak to their situation. But
I'm not familiar.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably has something to do with hate speech,
and probably something towards women since it's a women advocacy group.
Right.
So, I guess I got two questions here. Because R. Kelly has not been convicted of a crime, should Spotify rescind their stance on R. Kelly's music, or do Spotify now walk to a murky territory where they have to keep the same energy and get rid of these other artists?
You know, the bad part about this is, if I'm Spotify, because you have to respond to it,
right?
You have to respond in a particular way. My response would be, look, we're not going to get into doing the police's work for them. You know, we feel a certain way about R. Kelly, but, you know, we're not going to start policing all of our records. So if you want us to continue to do this, we're just going to say, well, look, we don't want to do this at all.
Because, I mean, if they start taking down people's music based on allegations and based on, like, past, like, all this kind of stuff that we're talking about, they're going out of business. I'm sorry. It's also a question of, like, is this based on like? Because I think I saw an interview with Steve Stout and he brought up this question: Is it a question of like policy, or is it a question of like, are you practicing like selective morality here?
This is selective morality, right?
Yeah,
it is.
Because you can't ban R. Kelly and not who hasn't been convicted,
right?
And not ban everybody else, right?
I mean, I feel like that's like the right thing to say.
I mean,
but I just disagree with that.
When does it become cool to play both sides of the fence?
It's not playing both sides of the fence. It's, look, we as a company made this decision. We as a company have the right to make this decision.
Okay.
But you don't get to come into my company and say what I need to do. Now, you can have all your advocacy groups and you know, submit all that stuff, but it doesn't mean we have to do that. But the problem with doing this, and this is the one mistake that Spotify made, you know how the internet works. So when you start taking somebody off,
like your whole business is on the internet, you should know how this works.
Exactly. Like you pull this music,
yeah,
and then now people want you to remove other people.
Right.
Well, then you don't do that. Then people start boycotting you, and now you have become the issue instead of the good thing that you were trying to do because the internet.
So okay, so along that point, do you think? Because I'm pretty sure that's probably gonna be next, right? We're calling for a boycott of Spotify because they won't remove these other artists.
Yeah.
Do you think Spotify will cave in?
Of course.
Well, I think they should have just did it and just not said anything.
Ah, okay.
Like the whole announcing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
just pull it and just don't say nothing and let the consumer be like, hey, where's R. Kelly's music?
Do you think they would have gave an answer though?
I mean, why should they have to give an answer? Just keep it moving.
And I think here's
PR nightmare at this point.
Absolutely, and I think you know, just to clarify for everybody out there, they didn't take down R. Kelly's music.
Just from the playlist.
Just from the playlist. They're not going to promote his music anymore. And they can do that with all these other artists, but completely removing people's catalogs from. Like, your business can't sustain itself like that.
Yeah, I mean, they basically made it so that when you're listening to radio stations on Spotify, he's not going to pop up.
You're right. Thank you for correcting me on that, Ramon. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they removed it from the curated playlist, but as Ramon said, his discography and everything is still there.
And the thing is, they removed it from auto-generated playlists, but that doesn't mean that any music that he's currently on the playlist, they're not going to play. It still plays. It's just the auto-generated radio stations that they have will not play it.
And here's another point I want to make real quick. This is one of the reasons why I'm not I don't subscribe to any music streaming services, because I don't want somebody telling me what I can and can't listen to.
That's fair, especially if you're paying them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm paying you a monthly subscription fee every month, and I can only listen to these artists because this artist's music isn't available on this platform. Like, that's, like, I want to be able to control what I listen to, not Spotify or Tidal or anybody else.
Right.
That's definitely, that's a great point. If I'm paying you a monthly service, you can't tell me what is and what's not available. I mean, because my understanding is you have a subscription to Spotify, Yellostar, so you can tell me better than this. But my understanding is, when it comes to Spotify, like, their playlists are everything. Like, that's what people.
I mean, they do have strong playlists,
sure,
but the playlists are generated either you can auto-generate playlists, or you can auto-generate radio stations so that you can listen to music that's of a particular type. But it's not like. I mean, they still have people that work at Spotify that go in and say, okay, well, we're going to create this playlist and we're going to put these songs in it.
Of, like, similar artists.
Right.
Got it.
So, I mean, it's not like people who are creating their own playlists, because, you know, users can create their own playlists and share them out too.
Right.
So, anyone who's doing that can put R. Kelly's music back in songs. They can put these people's music back in songs. So, I mean, it does take away part of the strength of, you know, for R. Kelly, it takes away part of the strength of his music, because it's not going to naturally come up, and he's not going to naturally get, you know, new people listening to it just off radio stations. But the music is still there, so you still go listen to it. So, I mean, I think that, you know, I think they were trying to make a statement, but they fell into now we're going to be politically active, and then because they did that, now they have
Now
to
you gotta follow
remain
through.
politically
Yeah.
active.
They were standing on a slippery slope to begin with.
So for the record, Yellostar and Kina believe that Spotify does not have to keep the same energy.
I don't want them to start. I don't want them to have to go into doing that, because then you end up being like the internet on Spotify, in that you're reacting to things before people have been able to really, whether it's be convicted or have, official charges brought up, or, real investigations. Because the internet convicts people. I mean, Black Twitter convicts people like you wouldn't believe.
Boy, they be lynching people on Black Twitter.
People have died to Black Twitter. So, I mean, I don't think it's fair to react as fast as the internet, because everybody's mad about something.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure you could have you could have a group of people who have been offended by people at concerts whenever they were trying to get autographs, and have them advocating to remove people because they were mean and didn't give me an autograph when I wanted one.
Okay, so let me ask a question off of Kina's answer. Was Spotify's best case in this scenario would have been just to remove R. Kelly's from the playlist and not give a reason ever why?
I mean, I think it would have been, in hindsight, it could have been
in their
smarter.
best interest. Yeah,
right. They were trying to do something right, and I get what they were trying to do, but
without a press release about it.
Right. They're trying to make it look good. They're trying to, hey, look, we're doing our part for music. This guy has to pay for his actions, but then you got to follow up. Unfortunately.
Let us know how you feel. Hashtag VTRS. Syndicated and award-winning and syndicated. This is the VTRS Vincent Radio Show. Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker, Myskenna, Yellostar, and Remon.
Yeah.
And for those who know, I am a friend of woman. I have a lot of homegirls.
One or two.
I still need you to find a better way to say that. Like, that is the most awkward way to say I support women.
I'm a friend of woman. I support women. I try to empower women. Women I'm dating or not dating. Like, either way, I just want women to feel comfortable.
You allow women to empower themselves?
Yes. Yeah, because I knew I'd never be the finest guy in the world, but I just wanted to be
successful,
the coolest guy to women. Of course, successful too, but.
So you want them to remember you by something.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the cool guy. You want to be the cool guy.
Respectful guy.
That friend that's always conveniently there.
Yeah.
Creeper.
No, I'm not Lord.
Who's that creeping in?
I have a homegirl. She said she's dating a guy. She's dating a guy who uses the wrong size condoms, and she doesn't know how to tell him.
What? Because they're too small.
No, they are not.
No, they are not.
She says he likes to wear magnums, but he's not a magnum. So the condom is mad baggy and it doesn't fit.
That's the worst, because that's how they come off inside of you.
Kina, how have you handled this situation?
Yeah, exactly.
I would buy the condoms.
She got serious with the film when she said that. She saw a look on her face. I asked her, why don't you just tell him? She was like, because I'm afraid it'll be a blow to his ego.
No, you just buy him, or y'all go to the store together,
guys.
And then that way you can explore other things too.
Can we have a moment of silence for this man's ego?
If it's handled properly, then it could be done. It won't be. Because most men are willing to do whatever it takes to please the woman, right? Mm-hmm. So if she buys the condom and she goes above and beyond and be like, "Ooh, I like this one.
This one better."
Yeah. Right. Then he's
about me.
He's more apt.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Versus, it's the wrong size. Cause then his ego is not bruised. It's more about, you know what? I'm gonna get these cause I want to please her. Cause this is she's most comfortable. Versus, I'm getting the wrong size. Cause either way it goes, she's still gonna be more comfortable.
How does she know how loose it is?
Well, you can feel the difference.
I mean, but
it's like being with somebody that's uncircumcised.
You can feel the difference?
Yeah, she said something to the effect that, like, in the middle of it, she feels feeling the condom falling off. I know I'm going to talk over you.
Yeah.
She said she feels the condom falling off and it just didn't feel right.
And that's a safety issue.
It is a safety issue.
Yeah.
What's the point of wearing it if it's going to come off?
Right.
So, especially if he's uncircumcised.
So I was
all that smegma.
So I guess I wasn't really. Somebody made this a word to me because there was another dude in the conversation was listening. I didn't know there was a gold like I don't know how to say this.
Magnums are gold wrappers?
Like, I don't have any problems fitting the gold wrapper, so I don't have this issue. But
you had to just put that out there.
Yeah, I had to. But apparently there's something about like the gold wrapper puts a battery in your back.
I don't know why. That's in fact they say the worst condom to actually
it's a placebo effect.
Like, I mean, I think they put like this is like the gold standard.
Right, exactly.
Like when you put the gold wrapper on the condom, it's kind of like this is the condom to have.
Now, one of my other homegirls was in the conversation. She kind of said something with your effect. She said something about like, I guess they make other condoms in gold wrappers. So she said she should just buy a box of those condoms,
put them in
a Magnum box.
Wow. Because it usually is dark.
Right, exactly.
And all he's looking for is the gold.
Right.
I just say explore more options. I say you make him aware of it by exploring a different type of condom because magnums aren't always the most comfortable, whether you can fit them or not. You know, sometimes depending on the guy, you need a different, every guy is different.
How long have they been together?
It's been at least 3 years. It's been at least 3 years.
3 years? That's a long time. Why are they still wearing condoms?
Wait, what? She don't want to get pregnant. He ain't committed.
I'm going to move on from that one.
Look,
protect yourself.
Who in this room has been in a relationship for longer than 3 years and after 3 years was still using the condoms?
Keep going, Yellostar.
I have my hand raised. Since those of us are since we're in the audio program and they can't see me raising my hand,
sure.
Just know that my hand is raised, ladies.
For what for, we don't know, but...
well, I guess because I haven't been in a 3-year relationship.
What a spin!
That's
Read
good.
to the lines.
I like
Read to the lines.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Yellostar, what you trying to say?
I don't even know anymore.
Listen.
Explore your options. Fire and ice, try something different.
You can always do anything and have it come off in a better way than you say it to your friends. Like
literally.
The way she talked to us or the way she sent that message to you is the way she said it to her friends. Like, girl, he needs to stop using that condom because it don't work. But you don't go to him like that. You go to him with, baby, let's try something different,
And if you do get the fire and ice condom, just make sure he doesn't put it on inside out because
I see that be
had an experience. It's not fun.
Oh, preach.
I'm assuming the inside is ice and the outside will be fire. But if you do reverse it, yeah. That made me hurt.
It's a traumatic experience.
Have y'all ever had a girl put the condom on you?
Yeah,
once. Yes.
Is that a rare thing?
Rare?
I don't think it's rare. I just only had it once.
Well, the expectation is not for her to put it on.
No.
So she probably, but do you think this girl has put it on him and like she saw the bagginess? Like it looked like a banana going in a Walmart bag?
But if she was taught properly, she would know how to still put that on correctly.
She should.
Try to drop a AA battery in a balloon.
Right.
What?
Playing today's best music.
Came through drippin'. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin'.
Came through drippin'. 901 Shelby Drive, look alive. Came up on this side, now they on the other side. Oh well.
Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on. Ayo, I been off, Laura been crossed. PlayStation Lee, drop your bins off.
You're listening
to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver? If you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta? And you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
What up, people? It's that young man Remon, and it's time for today's reality check. Now, we're gonna continue this off-air conversation that we was having about Meghan Markle. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah.
All right. Well, today's reality check is going out to all you women that's living vicariously through Meghan Markle. All right. First off, let me start by saying this. I had no idea this chick's name until this past week. I also have been paying absolutely no attention to this whole wedding thing, so I had no idea that people was actually paying so much like close attention to the wedding between her and is it Prince Harry?
Prince Harry.
All right. Well, then earlier this week, it dawned on me. Oh, these women are watching this circus because to them it's like a real life fairy tale. This takes them back to the days when they was little girls watching Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. This whole royal wedding thing is like a live action Disney movie to these chicks. Ha! You silly girl. No. This reality check isn't for the royal couple. No. As a matter of fact, congratulations to them. I wish them the best. This reality check is for the women thinking that because this young lady snagged her a prince, that means you can too. Okay? For those women, I say,
congratulations, you played yourself.
These people's weddings ain't got nothing to do with your life. They have no bearing on your love life. Some of y'all still looking for y'all Prince Charming to come scoop you up when you need to be looking for the Prince of Ray's Rib Shack or something. Your prince may only have his own like car detailing empire or something like that. And I know that's not exactly the fairy tale love story that you was looking for, but guess what? It's not my job to sell you a dream or a fantasy. My job is to give you a reality check. And today's reality check is this. Chasing fool's goals will only get you fool's gold. Okay? Don't miss out on your opportunity for real love simply because you're sitting around waiting for your fantasy to come true. That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
Time for that. So check this out.
What's going on, people? It's time for This Week in Stupid. It's your boy Yellostar. First of all, Vincent, I do want to get that article back that you were talking about. Vincent's telling us about this lovely couple who were able to find love out of threesome. And now they have people that are trying to, or they want people to fund their wedding through GoFundMe.
Yep.
That's amazing. I love the audacity of the internet. All right, y'all. A Nevada woman, unfortunately, was arrested. Damon Ellis, who is 19, was accused of stabbing her roommate, according to the North Vegas police. Man, it's just a crazy story. But why do y'all think she stabbed him? She was arrested and booked for murder with a deadly weapon.
She stabbed her male roommate?
She stabbed her male roommate. Yeah.
Okay, sounds like they were roommates.
No, he was just talking during a TV show.
What show? What show?
See, that's the only problem. That's the only thing I'm upset about is the article doesn't have the title.
Come on, man.
Because you know it was Housewives or something.
These are pertinent details in this case, man. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Like what show it was should determine how like harsh the charge should be.
Yeah. Well, because if it was Love and Hip Hop, you know, Atlanta.
Right.
Maybe it was Atlanta. Maybe he was ruining Atlanta. Ellis and Ernst, they got into an argument on May 4th because Ernst kept talking over the dialogue of a television program, according to the police report. They said it wasn't clear what she was watching.
May 4th.
Ellis told her, let's see what was on May 4th.
See what date it is.
What day of the week?
Ellis told her roommate to shut up, and Ernst replied, "Shut up, B, I'm guessing." And then Ellis went into the kitchen, retrieved a knife, daring Ernst to call me a blank again. And
are they black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Ernst reportedly stabbed Ellis in his chest before returning the knife to the bedroom. Some people said they got into an argument that turned physical. He's done things to her. She's done things to him. So it basically means they've been fighting before. But the police report said Ellis had threatened Ernst with a knife 10 times in the past couple of months, but he was always able to take it away from her. Maybe you should have just hit all the knives.
Right. Maybe you should have moved.
That is, no, I don't know that that's the lesson to learn here, Remon.
Why not? Why not? It cost him. The fact that he didn't move costed him his life. Right?
No, he didn't die.
Why is he being charged with murder then?
She's being charged for assault with a deadly weapon.
Assault with a deadly. Okay, assault. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And May 4th is a Friday.
Still.
What if she watching Blind Spot on NBC?
I know, right? She's watching Last Man Standing. That racist show.
There's nothing on Friday nights.
But the thing is, how many times have we heard somebody say that? Like, if you keep on, or if you don't shut up while I'm watching my TV show. Again, yeah. Right, and
you know what? She's watching a DVR from Scandal the night before. That's what it was.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. That's crazy. I'm not surprised that it's black people, though. That was the one thing when I read the story, I was like...
No, when you said the whole point, when she said, call me blank again, I knew she was black.
Yeah.
That's a black line.
It is. What you gonna do? Do it again. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. That's this week in Stupid. It's your boy Yellostar.
Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
I want you to live your life, of course, but I hope you get what you're dying for. Be careful and be.
Put your phone out, gotta hit them angles. Put your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. I woke up in Chris Brown's body. So hot, turned into Freaky Friday.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Free iHeartRadio playlists are here, and the critics are raving. John in Nashville says,
whoa, 80s playlists? Even new wave? This is huge!
Izzy 906 on Reddit says,
iHeart's got all these playlists from the 50s to now, and I'm like totally the only one who knows about them.
Not anymore. iHeartRadio's free playlists. Want 70s funk? There's a playlist for that. Try it now. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
What's up, DFW? Y'all gotta join us for Tiki's Shaves Ice. 1626 Morrill Avenue, Dallas, right down the street from Roosevelt. Tiki's Shaves Ice. Open daily at 1 p.m. with over 80 flavors of soft, fluffy shaved ice. Tiki Shave Ice will also have all your favorites. They got the nachos, Frito pies, hot dogs, and more. Tiki Shave Ice. 1626 Morrill Avenue in Dallas, and I'm gonna see y'all out there.
Welcome back to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. It's time for He Say, She Say. Fellas, I got a good question from the ladies. They wanted to know, from a male's point of view, what's the difference between dating and courting?
Courting is more of a process. Like, I think courting is like, once you're done dating and I decided on you, now I have to court you. And I know people will disagree with this, but like, I've always felt like dating is not, I'm not dating one person. Like, I'm dating to see who I want to date.
Right.
By themselves.
Right.
Like,
so that deserves an applause. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's just how I've always looked at it.
Dating is an elimination process.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a pool of young ladies, and then from there I'm gonna whittle them down, you know, bachelor style, and then get to the one that, you know, I get the final rose.
Like you make it to another week. You make it
right,
to another week.
Right.
Hand them the
Congratulations.
And you are the American Idol.
You made it to another week because I'm still texting
you. The way I've always understood courting was that courting is more like the things that you do to gain favor with whoever it is that you're pursuing. So it's kind of the things that you do leading up to when you start dating. I guess.
Oh, so you're saying it's pre-dating.
Yeah, it's like the little things that you do, like back in the day, they used to send like roses and, you know, stuff like that. And that's to build up favor and build up cool points when you start dating a woman. So that's the way I've always understood it. I may be wrong.
So is that like sliding your DMs?
Right. Today's day, that would be the equivalent.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And making a woman your Women Crush Wednesday and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Right. That's the equivalent.
You got to let people know this is what I'm about.
Right.
I'm definitely shooting my shot when I do my Wednesday Crush Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Can you think about like 10 years from now and like, Mommy, Daddy, how'd y'all meet? I slid in her DMs.
They gonna look at you and be like, Daddy, what's a DM?
It was this one picture that I saw. I liked that picture so much.
It was in the bathroom.
I even commented on the picture.
She had her butt perked up on the sink.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
And I knew she was the one. And I
That's
slid in
the
her
conversation
DMs.
y'all would have with your sons and not your daughter.
I knew she was the one.
I mean, it just depends, because I know some women who will be like, girl, if you want to take this photo, here's how you need to take this photo.
Facts.
Vincent, what's your take on it?
They both said it perfectly. Dating is an elimination process, and courting is, we're serious and leading to something.
So if a guy, so I'm, playing devil's advocate. So if a guy says, this is the girl that I'm dating, 9 times out of 10, a woman in the back of her mind should suspect that there are other women. But if he says that I'm courting you,
okay,
is that more where the commitment comes from? Like, okay, we're courting.
And Yellostar said that, first of all, men ain't walking around saying I'm courting. Like this, that's a very ancient term, mate.
I don't necessarily hear a lot of men say I'm dating.
Yeah,
like I'm dating,
kicking
this
it,
person.
Kicking it. We hanging out,
talking.
Person I'm dealing with,
right.
This is the person who I'm taking a.
So the person that you just talking to is the person that you dating, and then when you are, hey fellas, this is my girlfriend, such and such. Now y'all are courting, so it's not necessarily said, but it's like the unspoken rules.
This is another reason why there shouldn't be nothing unspoken. Y'all need to have a conversation about where y'all at.
Yeah,
and there usually consent.
Not between the two of you, but I'm saying
when
to the world.
Right, when you're defining
when you're presenting your girl to somebody.
The term courting back in the day was like you're trying to gain favor with like the father and the mother, and the court that exists there, so that you can become a part of that court. Right. So it's like kind of what Remon said actually makes more sense, is that it really means sort of before we actually like start spending time together and like doing stuff one-on-one. It's like I'm trying to gain favor with the house so that I can be a part of you, but I don't have to do that as much anymore. So I mean, I don't know. I've always thought of it as courting is like, these are the things that I got to do to kind of keep you around, but I think what Remon said actually makes more sense.
But within dating and courting, the understanding is already understood between the person that you're either dating or courting, right? But when for a woman to understand, if a guy is saying, okay, I am courting, or if I'm dating, these are what the expectations are for the woman.
I feel like until we have the conversation about exclusivity, you should not assume that we're exclusive.
Right.
That I'm just dating you.
Take the conversation and consent from both sides.
Right. If we're just, dating or talking, like I'm not gonna be mad at you for like talking to somebody. Like if a guy comes up to you and tries to holler, like I'm not gonna be mad. It's on me to keep you more interested in me than him. So.
Gotcha. Just to make sure. So within the still singles phase, you're dating, and then once you make that commitment, now y'all are courting.
No.
Oh.
Well, that's the way that I looked at it before Remon spoke.
I honestly think that, again, it's kind of like the other way around. Like, it's like courting, and then the next step up, you're dating, and then the next step up, you're in a relationship. So it's to me, courting is the initial stage.
What you're saying is there's levels to this shit.
It's levels to this. There's levels to this. Now, I mean, and again, courting is the initial stage, and it's the initial level, and then you're dating, and then relationship, and then hopefully you work your way up to marriage.
Well,
get past that 3 a.m. status.
Right.
Are you leaving at 3? Or are you coming at 3?
So
yes.
Yes. So courting now, I guess, would be that what you doing text.
You up?
You up?
All right. Well, we want to hear from you. What
Ladies, it's a complex answer.
David versus Courtney.
Or that good morning text. You say, have a nice day, beautiful. All that. Yeah, that's Courtney.
Gotcha.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at that point, he's weeding it out. And
Trying
if
to see
you-
who's gonna stick around.
Right.
Gotcha. And then once you make it past that stage, then you date.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you stop getting those good mornings and when you stop getting that what you're doing, you're no longer even in the runnings, right?
Fellas, if you text her, good morning, beautiful, and she just says, oh, thank you, you're in the friend zone. Just
Welcome to the friend zone.
Y'all
I'm
did
sorry, I don't know how to answer your question.
That's right. I was gonna say you did a great job of not answering her question at all.
But I just wanted to say that part. I'm sorry.
You know, I always think about, like, when I think about the friend zone, I always hear the Twilight Zone music playing in the background. Like you're in the sunken place.
Y'all are a mess. Your girl, Myskenna, wrapping up today's He Say, She Say.
All right, so one gotta go. I'm gonna name 4 things, and depending on what you pick to go, it's either eliminate it or alters history. All right, so here are the choices: house party, Friday, barbershop, and bad boys. Barbershop. Why is barbershop gotta go, yo?
So that kind of quick, cause you don't have no hair to get.
Why does barbershop get the chop so quick?
I'm gonna use Vincent's logic because I didn't grow up watching barbershop, so that's gotta go. Now, I think first of all, for Bad Boys, like there had never been 2 black buddy cop leads ever. I think I saw Will Smith's IMDb page. They're making a 3rd and a 4th one.
They should not do that.
They are.
I think they should leave it alone.
The 3rd is coming.
It's on the way.
I think they better let it go.
Friday, Friday has so many quotable lines like, bye Felicia, you just gotta, life, brought back into life,
Yeah, so, something that was like a minor line in that film.
Very.
It's become a very big deal like 10, 15 years later.
Exactly. And, I don't know, house party, I gotta keep house party because, one of the first times you saw a light-skinned dude be the romantic and the love interest in the story. So, I had to keep that.
And his hot top fade was so pristine.
So pristine. I mean, just crisp.
Yeah.
Forever, always. If you don't have barbershop, does that mean you don't have a beauty shop? Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the point Yellostar is trying to make.
I think that's where he's going with that.
Oh well.
You don't seem too heartbroken.
Deuces.
I'm gonna go with Bad Boys.
Bye, Felicia.
Wow, what ace word. Wow. Okay, why bad boys?
I don't know, cause I couldn't pick, so I just hit any, mini, money on my head.
She ain't got no love for Mike Loud.
I like all those movies, so that was a difficult one, but if I had to pick one, that's the one that won in the toss-up.
Will Smith can do it for you as a
your shirt open?
No, because he didn't ever take me up on any of my baby oil and
Sounds personal.
Keena, you were all in high school in the 90s. I'm sure, hopefully no one took you on your...
Was you in high school in 95?
Yeah.
Oh, middle school.
What are you trying to say right now?
I'm sorry, I wasn't, girl.
Oh yeah, she was in freshman.
I was still in elementary school, right?
Wow. I was in 5th grade. Wow. 4th grade. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. Alright, you bad boy. Why you looking at
You wonder why you got curved. Come for me.
But Vincent like all the women too.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going with Bad Boy.
This is a hard one, man, because
and you wouldn't have Tisha Campbell without a house party.
I don't know, she was in school day.
And you're not even supposed to do that on the radio, but
you wouldn't have Martin if you without
house party.
He was in Do the Right Thing.
So does that mean you wouldn't have Bad Boys
if you didn't have house party? I mean, we don't know. Because, I mean, we don't know the trajectory of his career. How that would have went after Do the Right Thing.
Which one are you picking?
I'm going to look at her like she was looking at Vincent. Don't come for me. I'm gonna go with Barbershop, man. That's a difficult decision because that's like, to me, that was like one of Ice Cube's best movies. But I gotta, on that list, House Party is such a classic, Friday is such a classic, Bad Boys is, the first time we ever seen a film with two black leads being action heroes like that. So I don't think we can really get rid of that.
Can you quote a line from Barbershop?
Yeah. Man, Jesse Jackson.
Don't get him started. Fair enough. Syndicated in that movie is Remon. He's like the only quotable character from the movie. Oh boy, you can have the barbershop stands come for you now. I mean, I'm just saying.
Rosa Parks ain't do nothing but sit her black ass down.
I hate it when he said that, though. I'm like, come on, man, let Rosa make it, man. Let us have Rosa Parks.
Martin Luther King was it? I can't say that either.
That hurt my heart when I found out Martin was going through the white girl. That hurt my heart.
That's the only reason he fought for civil rights.
Vincent, he was trying to get to the mountaintop, bro.
Swirl like
trying to get to the mountaintop.
He was trying to find him a Becky. I can't blame him, man.
How you gonna get to the mountaintop without?
He wanted a Becky with good hair.
He understood them, so he trying to build bridges through his penis.
Bring us all together.
House Party Friday, Barbershop, Bad Boys. I'm going to pick Barbershop to go. Only because
you didn't grow up.
I already gave you an answer. I already gave you an answer. Because House Party, Kid and Plays was like my favorite growing up. And you enjoyed that dark lead.
He thought he was play back in the day.
And Tisha Campbell was my first crush. I was like 6 or 7 when that movie came out, or 8 or 5. I don't remember when it came out. But anyway, Tisha Campbell was my first crush. First wet dream was Tisha. I shouldn't even.
What?
Yes. Let's end this right now.
You're sitting next to him. Didn't
House
you
Party
his hair when he came in?
Friday, Barbershop, Bad Boys.
You couldn't wait.
Pretty sure you wiped it on you first. Want to go? Hashtag VTRS on social media platform. Be right back.
Too much information.
Way too much information. Thanks to Jesus.
Only on the Vincent Tucker Show.
Final shout outs, comments, Remon.
Shout outs to Celeste and Deja. I am so proud of y'all. Straight A's.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Y'all better keep it up. It's one thing to achieve it, it's another thing to maintain it. So good job, ladies. Also, shout outs to everyone that's gonna stop by Tiki's today, 1626 Morrell Avenue, Dallas, Texas, 75203. Thank you to each and every one of you all for listening each and every week. This your girl, Myskenna.
Shout out to the fam. My family's still dealing with everything, going on back home, and
Hurricane Harvey.
Yes, I will most likely be back there soon to do things and help. So, it's still a lot of work. Still keep the donations coming. I know there's a lot going on in the world, but there are still people out there that need you. People in Puerto Rico, people, dealing with Irma. There's so much that's been going on. So, just keep your eyes open and keep your hearts open. Support Yellostar.
Just want to shout out to everybody that's been tuning into the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. We greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the support, all the love. Stay young man Remon. I'm up out of here. Peace and many blessings.
For the crew is Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. See y'all on the other side. Every episode of the award-winning Vincent Tucker Radio Show is produced by Aaron Channel. Executively produced by Aaron Channel, Arkena Dansberg, Cornelius Johnson, and Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. Launched in December 2007, the VTRS is a CWC Entertainment Group LLC production.